Hello world of YouTube. First video here. First video ever. Okay, I've been practicing a lot. This is new, but I'm gonna try it. I have a lot to say. I don't really know what, but for some reason I feel like I have a lot to say. There's a lot going on in our world. There's a lot of things you can do at home instead of going to the doctor all the time. I'd like to talk about some of that. I'd like to talk about what it's like living in Alaska where it's cold, because a lot of people are very curious about that. I'd like to talk about having a lot of kids, 7 in particular, at home. Mama vlogging, I guess I would call it. It's a topic a lot of people need to know about, learn about, hear about, and talk about. So I feel like I need to. I do have a lot to say. I'm not going to say it in my first video. I have a lot to show you guys too. I am an artist and I like to teach people things. So who wants to learn some art? You want to try it? It's really easy. Like this. I live here in Alaska. Here in Alaska, that's funny. Sorry. I live in Alaska. People smoke cannabis, and I do. I don't like my house to smell like it. I don't like my kids seeing it. It's not brought around my children. I'm not like, here kids, TV ad. No. I like to keep it not in their face. So this is what I keep it in. It's just a mason jar, but I have spray painted it, put some jute on it, hemp on other ones, and acrylic with a stencil and some spray paint. I really like to make things, so I want to teach people how. Another thing, I'm going to be going hiking. We're actually going hunting, but I'm hiking because I don't really want to kill anything. My hubby, though, he wants to go hunting, so we are going. And Alaska is just beautiful, so I'm very excited. I haven't been camping as an adult without children, but maybe one time. My oldest is 17. We have 8 total. It's like we have 3 sets of twins and another one at home. We have 2 6, almost 7-year-olds. We have 2 8, almost 9-year-olds. We have 2 11-year-olds. We have a 12-year-old, and then a 17-year-old, almost 17-year-old. I wouldn't trade it for the world, but I will tell you that looking up stuff for large families on Pinterest or YouTube is difficult because the world thinks large families is 4 children. Well, we have double that, and like I said, I wouldn't trade it for the world, but there's a lot of things that come with it. Some of them have medical issues. Some of them have emotional issues. You know, they're all individuals. So that in itself is quite a bit, but I love it, like I said. I have some bullet points for what I want to talk about with my YouTube channel. It's going to be a lot of mama vlogging, I'm sure. But I am like I said, an artist. So, like, for our camping trip, I made this for me. I'm taking it with. It's a walking stick out of Diamond Willow. That is my bottom. Whoop. A big piece of leather just in case I need it. I just wrapped it on there. I kind of put it on there for looks. And then I have just something to hold on to. I make a lot of things. I make from rag dolls because the kids brought one home. And in fact, I have one in here with me. One of the kids brought something like this home from school, and they said, can we make these? And I said, well, I have a lot of ribbon and yarn, so why not? Let's just make a whole bunch. Well, now I have a bountiful supply of rag dolls that they're pretty cute. I'll show you guys one day. I have some bullet points for what I want to talk about. Being a mother and stepmother of 8, that's a lot. Like I said, we have kids with medical issues, and one of them is autistic. One of them has a growth issue. One of them, actually 2 of them have alopecia, and one of them loses all of her hair when it is going on. I want to talk about life in Alaska because it's cold and different than the lower 48. It's a kind of a culture shock when people come here from southern states, and we call it the lower 48 because it's, well, lower and 48. I want to talk about mental health because I have some mental health stuff, and I feel like it's important for other people to know that it's not just them and real things happen. And then we have to deal with it. So I think maybe that's going to come into play. I actually have some things I want to talk about, things I already wrote out ready. Just these videos are hard because this is my first. Kids with needs. So that comes with the parenting. I want to talk about off-grid living because, well, I want to be off-grid, and we're going to start practicing. So when we are able to, which I hope we can film it on YouTube and let all you guys see what we're doing up here in Alaska going off-grid. I think that would be really cool. But we want to start trying some things, and I think you guys knowing how to cut back energy and make your money last longer, I guess, by doing simple things at home. I don't know, making your own laundry detergent, making your own lotions, soaps, that's a big one because skin issues too. Also, one of our kids is like that. A survival and prepping talk. I want to talk about that. One of our friends, actually my best friend of 20 some years, makes fun of me and makes jokes all the time because I have like 7 bags of flour and a ton of yeast, and if we need to, we can bake bread in a fire outside. We can use 1 log, a cast iron pan, and have a fire to make dinner on, plus keep everybody warm for hours, if that came to it. But prepping is not just somebody who, I want to use certain words because I don't want to get booted my first video. We're not just scared. We're not just crazy. We're not just freaking out. We are smart. We have 7 kids here with us all the time. 8. We need to make sure that we have bread and we have rice and we have peanut butter and we have sugar, because we have 2 roads in Alaska that exit Fairbanks to go down south where civilization is. If you go north, there's really nothing there at all. Tiny little gas stations, tiny little towns, but they have to get their stuff from the southern city also, or here. And if we can't get the stuff here, we're screwed. Everybody up there is screwed. So our stores will be empty immediately if the roads to Anchorage shut down for any reason. That's something that a lot of people don't understand. If our roads get shut down for even a week, we could be SOL for another 2 weeks or another week or however many days it takes. So we have extra stuff just in case. But people make fun of us because, well, we're preppers. And we have all kinds of survival stuff ready. Oh, and natural health. I want to talk to you about natural health. I have some medical issues. My kids do too. There are so many things you can do to help. But in this world, it's really hard to stay away from it all. So I think trying a little helps. And that's just something I want to talk about, I guess. There will be several videos, but those are just like my bullet points. And, well, I hope this is a fun endeavor. I'm very nervous about it, but I'm hoping I have some people to back me up and some fans to support me. And, well, I wish you all luck on your own endeavors. Love you all.